Welcome to Finding Holiness, where we delve into timeless Torah wisdom, revealing the sacred in everyday moments. Join us on a journey to elevate your spirituality and discover holiness in every aspect of life. I'm your host, Rabbi David Kadosh, and together, let's embark on a path of spiritual exploration. I hope you enjoy this next episode. Okay, we're going to begin a new topic in Halacha, something a little bit different than what we're used to. We're going to talk a little bit about Tevilat Kelim, the laws of dipping utensils in a mikveh. So we'll learn the halachot from Peninei Halacha, Rav Eliezer Melamed, who we also learn our Shabbat morning class from. So he's got some nice insights, and as well go through the halachot. So he says as following: Yisrael shekana o shekibel migoy kli ma'achal she'asui mimatechet o mizechuchit. A Jew that bought or received from a non-Jew a food utensil that was made from metal or from glass, mitzvah she'atbil oto b'mikveh letahara. It is a mitzvah to dip it into a mikveh to purify it. Kedugmat ger shetovel be'et giuro, just like a convert, he dips in a mikveh at the time of his conversion. V'gam im hakeli notzar b'mifal sheshayach leYisrael. Also, if the kli was made by a Jew, im goy kana oto, if a non-Jew buys the keli, hakeli hafach liyot shelo, the kli now belongs to the goy. Ve'Yisrael sheikne mimenu et hakli tzarich latbilo. And if a Jew buys from the non-Jew the kli that the Jew made, he now still has to dip it because he bought it from the non-Jew. Ve'im hagoy hishta. Well, no. If it's again, we're going to get into the halachot. But if you buy it from a Jew, if it's made from a Jew and you buy it, then you don't have to do tevilat. Okay, that's a vaday. If it's made in China, then you can. It's a goy. Now, ve'im goy hishtamesh bikli b'machalim asurim. If the goy used this pot or whatever it is with non-kosher foods, yesh le'achshiro techila kederech shimusho. First, you have to kosher it the way that it was used, which we'll talk about maybe after this. Kedei le'otzi mimenu ta'ameh ha'isu shenivlu o shenidbeku bo. In order to uproot and take out all the prohibited foods that was absorbed. And only then do you dip it for purification. Now, he talks about where's the source for this mitzvah. These two mitzvot, hachsharat kelim utvilatam, the kosher of utensils and the dipping of utensils, we learn from the Torah when the Jews took the booty from the Midianim after their war. The Torah tells us, Zot chukat haTorah shetziva Hashem en Moshe, ach et hazahav ve'et hakasef, et hanechoshet, et habarzel, et habedil, ve'et ha'ofaret, all these things, gold, silver, iron, and all types of metals. Kol davar asher yavo ba'esh ta'aviru ba'esh ve'taher. Any matter that goes through fire, you have to put it through fire again to purify it. Ach be'menida yitchata. And then it goes through the waters of Menidah in order to cleanse it. And anything that is not heated with fire is kosher through water. So he explains. The passing through fire, the koshering through fire, or through boiling water, that's hagala. Again, we might talk about this in another time. That is for kelim that were used to cook or roast with non-kosher food. So, in the way that you use the food. So, if you barbecued with this utensil, so you need a libun to kosher it. You also need fire to kosher the utensil. But then the pasuk says, "V'taher ach b'menida yitchata." Lelamdenu, to teach us, shetzarich gam letaher et hakeli. You also have to purify the vessel al yedei tevilato b'mikveh, through dipping it in a mikveh, shebo anida tovelet taharata, the same mikveh that a nida, a menstruating woman, would have to dip in order to make herself pure. Ve'en zika ben shtei mitzvot. There's really no connection between the two mitzvot. Ela she'im hagoy yishtamesh bikli lema'achalim asurim, tzarich gam le'achshiro ve'gam le'atvilo. If the goy used the keli, the utensil for cooking his foods, then you have to kosher it and then purify it. Ve'im lo yishtamesh lema'achalei isur, tzarich le'atvilo bilvad. But if you didn't use it for cooking, then all you need to do is dip it. Now, why is there such a mitzvah? Magamat mitzvah tevilah. The purpose of this is leromem et hakli mimadrega shekli shenoad lachilas tamit. It is to raise the kli, this utensil, from a basic food utensil. She'atava ve'acholshot ha'noshiyot melavot ota. That our desires are very much applicable to it. El madrega shekli shenoad lachin machalim hayadam yuchlu l'Yisrael likasher et orchei haTorah. In order so that now I'm raising the level of this kli so that it's helping me, okay, in my Torah values, in my the food that I'm going to eat from this kli will give me the strength to raise in my spirituality. Mitzvah zu hi achat mimarachat hamitzvot shenoadu liyachet achiliatam she Yisrael ka'achila sheyesh ba emunah kedusha bracha. And this mitzvah is just one of the many that we have with regards to our food that turns our food into something very physical to something spiritual. Lachen, that's why nitztavu Yisrael levarech lifnei achila ve'alacharei. That's why we have to say a bracha before and after the food. V'gam lo le'echol ma'achalim asurim shemevatim me'agamot acherot, and also not to eat prohibited foods. Ulafrish mima'achalim matanot la'kohanim, and to separate from any food that is for the kohanim, la leviim, or for the leviim, or la'aniyim, for the poor. Ula'alot mehem l'Yerushalayim l'ochlam sham b'kedusha, and then there are certain foods that we have to bring to Yerushalayim. All this is for the purpose of raising our spiritual level with something that is physical. Mitzvat Tevilat Kelim noada leta'er et hakli ma'tumah devuka ba'achilas tamit shenoada lekayem et adam b'mecheldo ba'olam hazeh k'dei shiuchal Yisrael ba'achilato leikasher yoter et erchei hanetzach v'chazon tikun ha'olam. Again, this idea of the mitzvah of dipping the keli is to remove any tum'ah that is dabuk, that is stuck to this plain physical keli, in order for us to use so that we can merit reward and olam hanetzach, and as well tikkun olam. Okay, one more piece here. Hakelim hachayavim b'tevilah me'atorah hem kelim she'asuyim mimatechet. According to Torah, utensils that require dipping needs to be made from metals. Kedugmat zahav, kesef, nechosh, barzel, bedil, ofaret, lead, any type of metal. Shebirta Torah. And any other things that may not be listed in the Torah, if it's a metal, you have to dip. The rabbis added that even glass, you dip. Because of the similarities that glass has to metal. Just like you're able to melt metal to make new utensils, you can also melt glass to make new utensils. But utensils from other types of material, which is clay, charsinai is porcelain, keramika, ceramic, even, stone, etz, wood, plastic, al sugav shonim, pturim tevilat. All of these are patur from tevilat. Now, even though you can technically melt plastic like glass and create a new utensil, we don't really compare a plastic utensil to other than that, it's not really a utensil. Yes?
When you say that they're patur, that means you can't use them.
No, that means they don't require a tevilah. Patur means they're exempt from a tevilah. They're exempt from a dipping.
No, but like say somebody gives you ceramic, you can't use it again. You can't use ceramic.
No, okay, so we're talking about two different things here. I'm not talking about koshering this a non-kosher ceramic plate. I'm talking about you buy a ceramic plate from a potter.
No, but we're talking about shalal from Midyan. Nobody bought this in the store.
No, okay, you're right. Shalal from Midyan needed to be koshered and thing.
Koshered.
But what we're talking now is just strictly.
So even kosher, you wouldn't be able to use
Pure ceramic. We'll get there. You can't kosher. But if you buy it new, you don't need to dip it. You don't need to dip it because it's patur from dipping. Okay. Let's just finish this piece. Kli matechet hamsupim betzipuyim shonim kegon teflon tzipuy krami chayavim mitfilah bibracha shikara matechet. So if you have a teflon coated metal pan, the ikar is matechet. It's metal, so you have to dip it. Ve'hu adin etzachot korel sheikaran zurit. Korel dishes are the ikar of the dish is glass, so you have to dip. We're going to get into the brachot later on. Right now, just the overview. Kli charsina, that is porcelain. Kelomar kelim sheikaram cheres. Most of it is cheres, but metzupim betzipui zchuchiti dakik. It has a small layer of glass. That's the most of the porcelain that we have. Kevan shatzipui batela cheres pturim tevilat. You don't need to dip those because the main material there is cheres. It's just a very, very light, thin layer of glass, and it doesn't really, we don't consider it glass, we consider it cheres. Lastly, sir, a pot, matechet, that's made out of metal, sheyesh lo yediyot mi plastic, that has plastic handles. V'chen sakin, shayadit shelo me'etz, or you have a knife that the handle is out of wood. Tzrichim tevilah, you have to dip it. V'tzarich litbol et kol ha'keli, and you have to dip the whole keli. Even the plastic parts that you normally wouldn't have to dip, here you would have to dip it. This is the rule. If the main part of the utensil, the part that touches the food, is out of a material that would require you dipping, such as glass or metal, the entire kli would require dipping. We'll continue Bezat Hashem next week.